We are Greer Time Media. We offer an array of video production services for corporate, commercial, and entertainment clients within the tri area. We nurture our clients' initial idea through all the stages of development and production to final delivery. Greer Time Media Management Team has a world class of experts in the videography industry. This enables us to provide a number of premium production services, including sport highlights, Sweet 15s and 16s, weddings, live event coverage, community news, exhibitions, and any other special event that wants to be captured. If you've got a product to launch, an image to build, a vision to share, or a story to tell, give us a call or visit our website today. We are Greer Time Media. We offer an array of video production services for corporate, commercial, and entertainment clients within the Tri-County area. We nurture our clients' initial idea through all the stages of development and production to final delivery. Greer Time Media Management Team has a world class of experts in the videography industry. This enables us to provide a number of premium production services, including sport highlights, Sweet 15s and 16s, weddings, live event coverage, community news, exhibitions, and any other special event that wants to be captured. If you've got a product to launch, an image to build, a vision to share, or a story to tell, give us a call or visit our website today.
to Mexia Sports Network. Tonight's game is brought to you by Greer Time Media, Posey Napa Auto Part, Greer and Greer Mobile Detail, Mookie's Mesquite Patch Barbecue, Woodman Life Insurance, and Joe Fridays.
We want to thank everybody out there listening to us tonight. We're at Leopard Gym from Lorena, Texas. We're going to bring you some Black Cat playoff basketball. As both teams are on the court warming up right now, it's going to be the Black Cats playing the Waco Lavega Pirates. As everybody knows, we've played Lavega many years in many sports, and tonight's just another game for area. The winner moves on. Mexia had played Lavega earlier in the year, and I want to say Mexia won by 7 or 8, so we're going to be at a neutral site, and we're going to see what happens. The Black Cats come in primed, on a roll. They went through district with no problems. They've won last week by 20, and they're out here in Leopard Land to pull another Cat victory off and head back to Mexia and get ready to play Tuesday night.
Hey, I want to say that score was when we played Lavega. It was 71-64.
So that was a close game throughout. Both of these teams are evenly matched. If you look at them, Lavega looks like they might have a little bit of the height advantage, but of course the Cats have had the quickness all year long against everybody they played. This gym I don't think is going to be big enough for the Mexia side. There's some's going to have to be over on the Lavega side. But I know one thing, Freddie, it's going to be one loud game tonight.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be a loud game, so please bear with us.
You'll be able to – the one good thing is Wallace and I are pretty loud to start with, but you'll be able to hear the game right here all night long. Well, like I said, we got about 4 minutes left to tip off. Of course, we'll do the national anthem, announce the starters, and then we'll have tip-off. We're going to go to a sponsorship, and we'll be back with some Black Cat playoff basketball from Leopard Gym in Lorena, Texas.
Listening to Mexia Sports Network. Tonight's game is brought to you by Greer Time Media, Posey Napa Auto Part, Greer and Greer Mobile Detail, Mookie's Mesquite Patch Barbecue, Woodman Life Insurance, and Joe Fridays.
As we're back at Lorena Leopard Gym, getting ready for some Black Cat playoff basketball against the Waco Lavega Pirates. Like we were talking about earlier, these two teams are familiar foes. We've played them a lot in football, basketball, baseball. They're right down the road from each other. About 30 minutes separates Mexia and Waco Lavega, so they're used to playing with each other. We're going to welcome in Wallace High. Wallace, we're going to have a loud one tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be loud. I just came from around the front, and there's still people lined up outside trying to get into the game, which you pretty much expect when you have a game with a matchup of two teams that, like I heard you say, they're not strangers to each other. They're very familiar. I know myself being a basketball player here in Mexia, we played Lavega, for years, dating back, most recently to the early 2000s when it went Mexia for state championships, and it seemed like we ended up running into them every year in the playoffs for about 6 or 7 years there in a row to see who could either get to Huntsville to the regional tournament or get the trophy there in Austin for the state championship. So, it's a heated matchup. We're not in the same district, so we don't say that we're district rivals or anything. But when it comes to basketball, Mexia and Lavega is going to be a big draw. As you know, I've seen several of the former BlackCats here tonight, and that was one of the reasons they said they came, because it was a Mexia versus Lavega game.
Well, we're announcing the Lavega, or actually their BlackCats are being announced right now as the starting five, which will be their normal starting five. We've had Holdman, Banks,
Miller, Proctor,
and Busby all year long. And this is going to be, and we hate to say this, but this is going to be the last night for some of the seniors. We hope it's not for our two seniors that start,
right,
Jaden and JB, but we also have Dawson and Harrison over on that bench of seniors too, and Lavega's getting ready to announce their starting five here, as this is pretty much a home game for Lavega.
Yeah, they drove probably about 20 minutes down to Lorena, where Mexia had to drive about an hour. So, you expect for them to bring a large contingency with them, but I'm looking over and, Mexia's on the smaller visitor side, but this side is packed out, and I think what helped was the fact that there was a game before this, and then a lot of the fans from those teams stuck around to watch this one on both sides. So it's just going to make the gym even more packed than what it may have been, if it was a game by itself today. And just looking and thinking, these two teams played each other earlier in the season. It was an early season game with Lavega, it only being like the third or fourth game of Lavega being out of football, only like the sixth, I believe somewhere around the sixth or so game for Mexia. So, you got to kind of throw that out of your mind and not think about how you did then, who won.
Oh, they're both two
who
different
won that
teams
game, because you're a completely different team. They're going to play different. They're more ready for basketball now. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a good game. We expect it to be up-tempo and high-paced with the athletes that both teams are going to put on the floor. And
we're not going to have a national anthem tonight. We're just going to start ball.
I guess they just took the one that they did before the first game, and they're going to go with just one tonight. They're not going to do one before the second game. So the teams are taking the court.
Here.
Let's see. It was supposed to tip at 7:30. It's 7:22. And I don't think they're going to wait any longer. They're going to go ahead and tip it. And I know people are still filing in. Fans are still coming into the gym.
Some are going to be mad because we started early.
As you got Lamarian Miller set to jump ball. And
he wins
Miller
it as usual.
Yeah, he controls the tip back to Proctor. Looks like Lavega's going to try to match up in man. If Proctor dribbles. Oh, he kicks and is knocked out of bounds by Lavega. So Mexia inbound from under their own goal.
It kind of looked like in pregame Lavega had the height advantage, but you really not see much there.
Yeah, I think all around Lavega may be a little bit bigger than Mexia, but when they put the athletes out there, they kind of match up evenly. they don't have a,
And
that's going to be a 2-point layup by Lamarion Miller as he drove through the middle. They don't really have a huge inside presence, but they're going to have athletes, and they're all about that 5'10" to 6'1" range.
We're going to have a track meet right here in a basketball game, I believe, Wallace.
Yeah, and as Lavega kicks it over out top, back to the corner. It'll be number 2 dribbling it up. He drives, he stopped, and he kicks it over to 3. He gets to the lane. Oh, and it's going to be an offensive foul call.
It's going to be a charge right
as
here
Jaden Proctor was able to step in and take that charge.
That's something that we've seen Proctor do a lot toward the end of the years. He took 3 charges last week, and he's taking one to start the game off right here, and it's going to be Lavega pressing full court.
They're going to look to get some pressure against Mexia. You know, and we talked about it all year. Mejia's luxury in these type of situations is that all 5 of their players can handle the ball. So there's not a liability on the court when a team tries to press them. Oh, and that time Lavega shoots the gap. Oh, and it's a missed layup, and it's knocked away. It's going to be out against Mexia, and that was good job by Jaden Proctor of getting back after the turnover and forcing the missed shot and letting the defense get set up as they take it out.
That's a good job of not soaking and getting there and playing ball.
Poked away by Holman. Pass up ahead to Busby. He lines up the 3. Oh, it's off the rim. Lavega rebounds, and they kick it ahead. Proctor's back as number 14 comes down the court. And that ball's rebounded by Mexia.
Holman
up to
back
Holman.
down the other end.
Holman drives. It's going to be an offensive foul. And that wasn't a good decision by Holman because he had Prince Banks on the backside.
You don't see that very often, but we were taught young at that age to pull up and shoot you a little shot off the backboard.
Right.
But you don't see that shot very much in college or high school anymore at all.
Yeah, and that man was there in plenty enough time where Holman should have recognized it and either pulled up or dished it off to his teammate. But there's going to be an offensive foul. Lavega has it up the court as they bring it up to the top to set up their offense. Swung over to the right corner. Dribble up. Oh, a little pick and roll action. Oh, and there's going to be a foul against Miller. And that's one thing. That's one of the things the Cats cannot afford is to get into foul trouble. In the last game, we had a couple guys get into foul trouble and have to sit part of the game. And, you know, the Cats weren't really able to – BlackCats weren't really able to get themselves rolling and going until late in the game. And you don't want that to happen here tonight as we got 2 quick team fouls against Holman and Miller. Lavega, they'll miss the first of the 2 free throws.
We'll come in on the second one here, and of course, Mexia has 4 in to rebound, and Lavega has 2. See if we can get a good block out here, get the rebound, and stretch the lead.
Ends up making the second, so it'll be 2. With 5:58 left, it's Mexia leading 2-1. As Lavega stays in their pressure defense and Mexia works the ball up the court. Proctor crosses half-court line. Now Lavega goes into man-to-man. They're going to try to trap on the corner. Prince Banks takes it. Oh, the ball's knocked around and knocked out. Lavega takes over. And they'll bring it up the court. Swung over to number 3. He puts up the 3 attempt, and it's good.
So that's going to put Lavega up 4-2 here in the early start.
Busby passes it over to Miller, back to Busby across half court. He pushes it up the court. Proctor has it up top as he dribbles around. And Lavega's playing good, tough defense right now. And that is going to be and they're going to get an offensive foul called against Jaden Proctor as he tried to go baseline and kick it out to the corner.
Well, we've had plenty of charges called to start with here tonight.
Right. And right now it looks like Mejia's just got to get in a flow and rhythm on offense.
Well, their pressure has caused problems on other teams. And when you have 2 teams that press as much as both of these do, they're used to it in practice, and they don't get rattled.
Oh, and we're going to get another offensive foul there as Lamarion Miller stood his ground, and he was bumped, and he fell backwards, and they called the offensive foul.
I guess everything's going to be a charge tonight because, honestly, that really should have been a foul.
It looked like it should have been a blocking foul as it looked like he reached out on that play. But Mexia has it, and right now
they don't. It's a lot of.
Yeah, Mexia needs to move quicker in there.
No.
And
another foul on Lamar.
And that's going to be 2 quick fouls against Lamarian. And
you can't block everything.
That's where he's going to have to learn. Early in the game, he's got to stay on the ground and not go after those shot blocks and get early foul trouble.
So it's been kind of slow here as far as scoring goes. Both teams pressuring each other. We got Lavega at the line shooting 2 here.
And number 3 will line it up for his first attempt. He puts it up, and it's in. So Lavega extends their lead to 5-2 here, and with 4:40 left in the first quarter. And number 3 will get a second attempt here as he dribbles and gets himself set for the shot. He puts it up, and it's good again. Now we get a substitution there as we have Jabron Busby coming in for Miller, and Lavega will make a substitution as well. Here we go. And Mejia's got there. Now you get Prince Banks with the 3 attempt, and it's off the rim. And Lavega gets it, and they push it down the court.
I think coaches really want them to settle in and work.
Oh, and a steal by Proctor. As he's going, he has numbers right here, and he takes it in for the layup to make it 6 to.
We got a
timeout here.
They had a breakaway, and they threw the ball, but we had a timeout by Mejia. So we're going to go to a timeout.
We are Greer Time Media. We offer an array of video production services for corporate, commercial, and entertainment clients within the Tri-County area. We nurture our clients' initial idea through all the stages of development and production to final delivery. Greer Time Media Management Team has a world class of experts in the videography industry. This enables us to provide a number of premium production services, including sport highlights, Sweet 15s and 16s.
It was just a 30-second timeout by the BlackCats as they come out to pressure.
And Mejia will be in full court man as Lavega brings it up the court. Proctor checking the ball here, swung up top to 4 as JB Busby's on him. Swung over to 1, the screen. Swung over to 2 for the 3-point attempt. It's going to be long. Oh, and it's going to carry him out of bounds off of Trey Holman. So Lavega will keep possession here.
So Trey Jones is going to come in for Jalen Busby right now.
They're going to pass it down to 1 down in the block, and he kicks it out. Oh, and that's going to be another offensive foul.
That was taken by Prince Banks.
Yeah, and that was a clear call that time because the Lavega ball handler jumped into the lane and threw an elbow and shoulder into Prince's chest. As Mejia inbounds, Lavega stays in their pressure. And Mejia gets it up court. Holman dribbles across the line. Oh, he spin move. Kicks it over to Banks. Banks into the middle of the lane. There's going to be an offensive foul on Banks.
That's 5 charges.
You know, you have to adjust to the way that the officials are calling the game. And they're going to have to understand that they can't just jump and float into the defenders because they're calling those offensive fouls. We're going to have to pull up and shoot the little jumpers or dribble around that man to get to the rim.
And it's fair both ways. It's
not
just
it is.
one way so far.
And Lavega swings it over to the right. Back over to the left now. Ball's up. Dribble, tries to attack. Oh, and he throws it away.
Had a man break open down low, but he was just a little off the fingertips.
Yeah, it looks like Lavega's trying to get a little pick and roll action off of that motion that they're running. And Mejia's going to have to notice it and be able to stay put on it because they're getting sucked up on the motion. And once they hit that roll, that man's popped open a couple times under the goal.
So Proctor has it right here, and he's going to get caught on the corner.
He gets it over to Jabron Busby now. Trey Jones has it over, and he's being hounded. Back out to Proctor. Proctor drives, he takes it, puts it up. Oh, he misses the floater. Lavega rebounds, and they kick it ahead. Swung down. Oh, Jabrian Busby makes a great play and saves the ball. And over to Proctor, who pushes it up the court now. Proctor spins, dips it down to Harrison, who misses the shot. Rebound to Busby. Back up to Jones, who gets it over to Proctor. Proctor dribbles back up top, and he's going to set the offense up. Swings it over to Holman. Holman spins.
Where was the travel out there? There was no travel. He was dribbling the ball on the spin.
Yeah, that was a bad call. He put the ball down on his spin and went into his shot. I'm not sure what that official saw on that one, but
yeah, he was dribbling as he spun.
It looked like one official was going to call the hand check foul, and then the top official called the travel. And so Lavega will take over. Holman applies pressure full court as Lavega brings it down, passes it off. Now Trey Jones is on the ball, presses it down low. Oh, and a great defense by Harrison. That's a foul.
No way.
And that should have been.
He's out. He just threw him out.
There's no whistle blown. As he kicked Evan Harrison while they were on the ground, they both had dove to the floor after the loose ball.
Did he throw him out there?
And the Lavega player kicked Harrison while they were on the ground. And now the officials are going to meet to discuss it as they've sent both teams to their benches.
The Lavega guy, somehow they got tangled up.
Right. Harrison did a great job of defense and rebounded the ball. He got fouled and basically pushed out of bounds. And when the ball was down, they both dove for it, and they got tangled up on the ground. You had a better angle than me. Could you see what was going on?
It looked like to me both guys were kicking each other. But the Lavega guy swung. He swung at him on top of kicking him. So the thing about it is Harrison got run over to start with. So if the foul is called from the very beginning, then you don't have the altercation break out.
Right.
We're getting back to where you got to have control of the ball game from the very beginning, and knowing that these are rivals that's played each other many a years. You can't come in here and let them get away with stuff like that. Number 4 should be ejected automatically.
Yeah, if he threw a punch, then you should automatically be ejected. And now I'm not really sure what they're calling now, because it doesn't look like there's any type of penalty being enforced.
There should at least been a tech and an ejection there.
Because number 4 is back on the floor. Harrison's back on the floor. Nobody's lining up for any shots. And it looks like they're just going to give the ball to Lavega under the goal. And now Lavega's subbing number 4 out.
As we're all just sitting here kind of in daze trying to figure out what's going on, because that happened right down here in front of us, and how a tech was not called at all. I guess they're just going to act like it never happened. Just play ball.
Wow, okay. I mean, that sets a precedence for the game. When you called as many offensive fouls as you've called and everything else, and then you allow that to happen, you basically let the most physical play you've had all night go with nothing being assessed. And there, Prince Banks pushed the ball down the court and missed the layup. Mejia gets it as it went out of bounds. Proctor has it in the short corner. He gets it out up top to Banks. Over to Jones. And right now, Mejia just does not have a lot of fluidity in their game, and Banks misses another layup.
Yeah, they're going to have to get the composure
There's no flow to Mejia's offense right now. There's no spacing. They're just kind of moving it around. Everybody seems to be flowing to the same spot. And the thing you have to hold your hat on is that they're not playing great offense right now, but it's only a 4-point game. So if they can keep getting stops and then get it going, they're in good position. As Lavega puts up the shot and he misses it, Lavega rebounds, and then Harrison's hit with a foul as he hacked down trying to block the shot. And, you know, that time it was just a bad shot that came off and put Harrison in a bad position on that one. Not much you can do. He didn't want to give up the layup under the goal. It's going to be a missed free throw there on the first attempt by number 22.
As Trey Holman's coming back in for Harrison.
And Lavega's 22 will get a second attempt here as he puts it up. And that one's going to be good.
So Mejia's got to put the ball in the basket here. This is a really important possession with a minute left in the first quarter.
And it's not that Mejia's not getting shot attempts. We're just not getting anything to fall. Trey Holman with the three, and that comes off the rim. Oh, and Jones wasn't able to keep a hold to it on the rebound. And Lavega pushes it up the court.
Lids on that basket right now. Somehow we got to pry it. Oh! Somehow we got to pry it off.
Oh, and they got number 22 down low. Just took it both of his hands and threw Proctor off of him.
That was the second time he had done that. I don't know why they didn't call it the first time.
He's a big kid, and the smaller guards are trying to front him, and when they get in front, he's just grabbing them and slinging them around him. And that time, they caught him the second time and assessed the foul to him. So here Mejia will work it up. Banks has it. He drives to the goal. And
how is that not a foul?
Not sure.
How do you not call a foul there? I mean, he is kind of out of control, but his arm got hit as he was going to shoot. As we got the ball moving around.
Back down low again, swings it out for three. And that one's going to be good there. As 22 hits the ball out, he'll get assessed with the delay of game warning.
Mejia's going to have to put the ball in the hole here. We got 3 seconds left in the first quarter, and this has been Mejia's worst quarter all year long.
Right, and they find themselves down 12-4 here. So they haven't gotten much going on the offensive end. Lavega's not been much better, but they've had a couple shots go as J.B. Busby throws it down and misses it.
Mejia down 12-4 at the end of one. We'll be back at Lorena Leopard Gym with Mexia BlackCat playoff basketball in just a moment.
Mexia Sports Network. Tonight's game is brought to you by Greer Time Media, Posey Napa Auto Part, Greer & Greer Mobile Detail, Mookie's Mesquite Patch Barbecue.
As we're back at Leopard Gym in Lorena, Texas, we're coming to the second quarter of this area playoff basketball game between the Lavega Pirates and the Mexia BlackCats. As we still have some confusion right now. Looks like it's going to be Lavega's ball to start the second quarter with the lead by 8. See if Mexia can't put the lockdown here and go on a little run themselves.
All right, Lavega inbounds to number 2 as he dribbles up the court.
Lavega's on a 6-0 run.
He's going to swing it over to 3. He drives to the baseline. Swings it out top. Ball moved around. Swung over up top for a three-point attempt. That misses. Banks with the rebound. He's snatched to the ground. No call made. Ball's over to Proctor as he's pushing it up. Pressure from Lavega. JB takes it to the rack. He puts it up. And, they're going to get
Another
They're going to call an
charge.
offensive. And I won't agree with that one because JB had already left his feet and was going into his shot when the defender slid under him to take the charge. It should have been a blocking foul. Once the offensive player leaves their feet, you have to let them land. And that time he didn't let JB come down. He slid in up under him. And that's been the tale of the first half for Mexia is when they have gotten to the rack and gotten shots to fall, they're getting called for offensive fouls. So they're not getting the points off of them.
Mexia back to man-to-man defense.
And that time you're going to get an offensive foul from the push-off.
Well, it was a moving screen to start
It
with.
was a moving screen and a push-off. He stuck his foot out to trip the defender, and then the ball handler just pushed him off. They caught it that time. They're going to call it against number 22 there for the illegal screen. So Mexia will take over. And see if Mexia can get something going and chip into this Lavega lead as the Pirates are leading still 12-4.
We played 45 seconds here in the second quarter. We still have the same scores we had at the end of the first, 12-4. I don't know what we got going on here.
I think the coaches were trying to get the foul to be called against a different player, but the ref called it against 22. That's going to be a pass over to Banks. And right now,
Mexia just looks very.
It's a lot of one-on-one. There's not really much an offensive set going. And that time, JB's able to get to the rim and put it in with his left hand for two. And now Lavega's pushing it back up the court. Mexia gets back on defense. Oh, good defense by Holman as he gets a piece of that shot.
That should have been a tie ball.
They're going to call a foul against Jabrian Busby that time.
That looked more like a tie, but if they.
I mean, we've seen that play over and over tonight down on the opposite end when Mexia has the ball. And there hasn't been any foul calls there. So here Lavega is in the penalty, or Mejia's in the penalty, so Lavega will be shooting the 1-and-1 on this attempt. So 22 will line it up for the front end of it. And he drops the front one. He'll get a second attempt as he converted on the first.
As Lavega's reached it out to a 7-point game here.
And he's good on the second as well. We'll get a substitution here. As the score is now 14-6 as they've gone back to an 8-point lead here. And Mexia inbound. Lavega stays into their press defense, picking up about 3/4 court. Proctor's handling the ball. He gets it up ahead to Holman, who's in the corner. Oh, and he throws it away. Lavega gets the steal, and then they'll come back on offense here. Mexia will extend up. And they're able to put the layup in and get going. Now the ball's pushed ahead to JB. And that should be a blocking call.
No way! Not everything is a charge.
And they're going to call an offensive foul again. JB put the shot up, and the man ran into him when he was shooting it, and they called an offensive foul.
Somebody needs to let these guys know that not everything is a charge.
Mexia has 10 team fouls tonight, and probably 5 or 6 of them have been offensive fouls. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back to Leopard Gym with more Black Cat basketball.
As we're back at Lorena Leopard Gym with some Mexia BlackCat playoff basketball, Lavega will be inbounding here with Mexia on defense. Lavega's bringing the ball up. Mexia playing man-to-man defense.
Oh, a near steal by Proctor. He gets back and recovers. Now Lavega has it over in the corner. He drives, kicks it over. Three-point attempt by number 2, and that's good.
Mejia's down by 13 here early in the second quarter.
Nice pass up to Jones, who tries to up and under and misses the
He had a straight-in
reverse
layup
layup.
and went fancy on him instead of just doing a regular layup. I'm not for sure why, unless he just was out of
And there's a layup. That ball was able to creep in over the rim and in for 2 for Lavega. Over to Banks, who puts up the 3, and that's good.
Hey, maybe that'll get Mexia going. And you know, Wallace, Mejia's playing a little bit different full court press. They're not trapping or anything like they had been most of the year.
No, and that's, Lavega's got some size on the back end, and then they have a lot of speed as well up front, so they don't want to get beat that way. And then there's going to be a 3 attempt by Lavega, rebounded by Proctor, saved into Jabrian Busby, gets it up to Banks. Banks with a nice little floater. Oh, and this goes off the rim.
That's what we were talking about earlier.
That's what you want to see, though. He's just got to be able to finish that one. He's under control, and he puts it up and doesn't get that offensive foul call. As Lavega brings it down, they swing it over to the left. Drive. Oh, and a good block by Proctor. Now Banks is pushing it down the court. Oh, and that should be a foul. Oh, and he's going to get the blocking foul.
We're going to get our first blocking call of the night, I believe.
And Banks will go to the line to shoot 2.
If he would have called a charge on that one, I think the whole gym would have been in a fight. Because, he turned his back to him and everything. So
Prince will get 2 free throws here, and if you're Mexia, you want to be able to knock these down and get points while the clock is stopped and cut into that Lavega lead. And he misses the front end of it.
And that's something you normally don't see from Prince. Prince has been pretty 90%, high 80s all year long. So it's just so right now, just a little bit is off kiltered with the Cats.
He'll get a second attempt here, and if you're Mexia, you got to know there's no 12-point shot, so you just chip into it little by little before half, and he makes the second to close the gap to 11, 21-10 with 4:15 left.
Playing defense right here, a stop at a time.
Yep, one stop at a time. Holman checks the ball up top. The ball handler goes through. He throws up a floater. It rims out. Holman gets the rebound.
Whoa.
And now he's out to the races.
We got a call. Prince got punched.
Yeah.
By number 15 in the chest. I don't know why that wasn't called. And then they got Trey again. Of course, the foul on Trey, but it's getting out of control out there.
We're gonna get 2 free, or actually we'll get a 1-and-1 here for Holman. And like we said at the beginning, you want to get points right here while the clock is stopped. We do get Miller coming in for Banks right here.
I don't know that I would pull Prince Banks off right there.
I don't either.
You're down by 11. He's been your pretty much the one going to the goal the last 2 minutes. You got to leave the hot man in.
Oh, and Holman misses the front end. Ball's knocked back to JB. He misses a 3-point attempt. Lavega rebounds. And now they're pushing up the court as Mejia's getting back on D. Mexia goes up to block, and he just waits and lets him fly by and then puts it in off the glass for 2. So the Lavega lead is back out to 13.
How's that not a foul?
Those are fouls that aren't getting called as they just run right into the player. And that's a foul on the shot by JB. And they're going to call it out on Lavega, and Mexia inbound the ball. And right now, Mejia's not getting any calls. They're not getting the ball to fall.
Well, we're in Waco.
So they just got to keep playing the game. Up top to JB. He dribbles, swings it over to Jabrian. Back to JB. JB lines up the 3, puts it up. He's off.
Somebody's going to have to hit a shot here, because the one that had been hitting the shots, you pulled out for a little rest. Lavega's had 2 or 3 guys hit threes.
Oh, that's a push off and a travel.
No way, that's a foul! That's a foul!
He cleared him out, and then they called him for a travel and not the foul. So
both teams in the bonus. Lavega's in the double bonus.
It'll be Mejia's ball as they look to get it across against the Lavega pressure.
Mejia's got to find someone to get the lid off.
Miller shoots, and he misses a 3. And it's going to be out off Lavega. So Mejia will inbound underneath their own goal here.
So Lamar and Miller will be inbound. No, it's going to be Jaden Proctor now. But somebody from Mejia is going to have to get the lid off the basket.
Inbounded to Miller, swung up top to Busby as he dribbles up the court, dribbles around to the left side, and then attacks, kicks it over to Jabrian. He puts up the 3. It's off the rim, and Lavega gets the rebound as they push it ahead. Swung back, and there's going to be and he gets it to roll around and drop in. It'll be a layup for Lavega.
They got away with one there.
Open up the lead to 15 now. Miller drives to the goal. He puts in a layup.
How that wasn't a foul on his back.
Yeah, they're not going to get those fouls, doesn't look like tonight. So we're going to have to play through contact and put up shots and make our shots.
We got 2 minutes left here in the second
right here
quarter.
with 2 minutes left, you want to if you can cut this lead to within 10 going into the half, you'll have something to really work with. Lavega puts up the jump shot. It's a miss, and then it's a rebound. Oh, knocked out. Out. The ball's knocked all around, and Lavega ends up coming up with it and is able to put in a layup. Proctor takes it in, gives it to Miller. Miller misses.
You got to put those in.
And Mejia just can't make those. And another push off. Oh, and nice hands by Holman as he's able to deflect it back. They did. I figured they would.
So Mejia is on defense here as Lavega inbounds.
Up and under. Oh, and nice block by Proctor. Out to number 3 who puts up a 3-pointer. He misses. Oh, and then the layup's missed. And there's a battle underneath for the rebound.
And that's going to be going back to Mejia there.
So Mejia will take over with 109, down 15.
Mejia's got to finish. Mejia needs a good 5, 6, 8-point run right here to finish the half.
And right here, you got to get your. They have to realize how to attack the press, get the ball to the middle, and then really work down the court and play faster. We're playing really slow right now. Ball's over to Banks. He puts it up. He's going to be fouled.
We got another blocking foul here. As I guess on that last timeout, Banks come in for Jones or Busby, Jabrian, and
so Banks will get 2 here. We can get in to knock these down and cut into the lead. And he's good on the first.
He sets up for his second and puts it 27-13, Mejia.
And he's good on the second. So they cut into the lead there. Looks like we'll get a little offense for defense substitution.
Here. They don't want
you keep Lamarian from picking up a foul here. And I think that's affected the BlackCats too, not having him for most of the first half as he picked up 2 really quick fouls. Oh, it's backcourt. Yeah, as the Mejia came up and trapped that time, 15 looked to get it out of his hands and threw it to the trailer who hadn't crossed half court.
He's got to get his foot inbounds on this side to mark that he'd been in front court, and he was still in the air when he caught that, so that made that a backcourt. So maybe the Cats
will get it. And right here, you want to put points up right here. No empty possessions. As Proctor drives and he puts it in off the window for 2. And right here, Mejia with the pressure defense down the court as they're trapping into that press back into man. Oh, and then long pass stolen by Banks as he pushes it up the court. Oh, and that's going to be a pass off to Jones for 2.
as Mexia has gone to their press.
As they cut into a 9-point lead here. Lavega brings it down now, but JB Busby will check the ball as they run a little screen action. Switch over to Prince. Ball's kicked over to the top. Oh, and it's a block by Proctor, and it's a tie ball. It'll be Lavega's ball, I believe, on the alternate possession.
0.5 seconds left.
But right now, Mexia has picked up their intensity, and this is the Mexia basketball that we've seen all year that we were waiting to see. And this
they changed their backcourt again. They went to a different press.
Oh, and that three-pointer is missed there as he tried to draw the foul.
Well, we're going to go to halftime. We're in Lorena Leopard Stadium with some Mexia BlackCat basketball down by 9, but we're going to change that in the second half. As we're back at Leopard Gym for some BlackCat basketball, we got a little halftime going on here. Lavega was out here with their prep squad cheering on the Pirates. We got quite a few people. Mejia's side is completely full over here. And Mexia, there at the end of the first half, went on about a 6-0 run to get them back to within 9 points. They had gotten out of control and got down, but Mejia's about the last minute and a half picked up a little more intensity than what they had played with the whole first half. So we'll see what happens. I just want to say a shout out. We've been calling the games this year, but I want to say a shout out to our sponsors, Mookie's Barbecue and Coolidge, Napa Auto Parts in Mexia, Joe Fridays, Greer Time Media, Greer Time Mobile and Mobile Detail, Woodman Life, all our sponsors to bring you these games. I hope y'all are enjoying our call out there. We got about 6 minutes left, and we'll be starting the second half. It was a really intense first half. Mexia didn't hit very many shots. They weren't able to bury any, and then finally Prince hit one with about a minute and a half left. Prince hit a three-point shot, and it seemed like it gave them a little bit of life, and Mexia changed up their full-court defense, caught a couple of turnovers, and next thing you know, it's back down to single digits.
Yeah, and I think what helped too, Jeremy, is Lamarian was able to come in those last 2 minutes, and so they kind of got that core group of guys back in there together, and they looked a lot more comfortable those last 2 minutes than they did the majority of the first half after he went out early.
Well, when Prince hit that three,
yeah.
As a team, you've been playing basketball your entire life. I've played it. I've coached it. You've coached it. When you finally see that ball go through, it just puts a different type of energy in you.
Right, and I think, Prince became that person that was kind of pushing the pace and attacking and being aggressive. And once they got that group back in together, the other ones started becoming aggressive as well, with Proctor pushing the ball and JB pushing the ball up the court. And so they started getting some easier looks. And when your outside shots aren't falling, you're always told, get a layup so you can see the ball go through the goal. And so once that started happening, it seemed like Mexia started getting into a rhythm, and they started making shots, and then their defense picked up and started creating turnovers from Lavega.
Well, that's what Prince did. He missed a couple of layups early. He got to the foul line. He missed his first free throw, but he's made 3 since. He finally saw the ball go through. Then he made a couple of layups, and then he drained one from beyond the arc, and that's when he drained that from beyond the arc is when everything changed for the BlackCats.
Right, and so you really want to come back out this second half with that intensity that you finished the first half with, and pushing it up. And I know you said it, the way they were trapping and pressing changed too. They kind of went back to their normal style of press, and that started to give Lavega's ball handler some trouble getting it across half court and getting it down. And so then we started seeing those turnovers. So and the good thing though is you come out in the second half, and although Miller has 2 fouls, you're okay with putting him in to start that third quarter and just telling him to, stay on his feet. Don't go for those cheap shot blocks when he's behind a player and getting a foul when they head fake him, because you don't want him to pick up a quick third foul in the third quarter.
That's what you've noticed, if they get a ball down low, you got 2 or 3 BlackCats all going up at one time. Well, then when they all come down at the same time, there's nobody else there to block. So Mexia's got to learn to stay on the ground and not go for the head fake every time.
Right. You really want that help side guy to be the one to go up for the shot block. The front man just walls up and makes that shot difficult, and that help side gets the block. And if they're able to do that, even if they do head fake and that shot blocker goes by, you still have a defender there in their face. And just as you said, right now they're just kind of flying by. And I saw Lavega got about 6 or 8 points off of that, just head faking and letting the defenders jump over them and then going up and putting the layup in. So I see the officials back out on the court. We have about 2.5 minutes here before the start of the third quarter.
I wonder if anybody showed them what a block was at halftime, because we've had Charge Fest here.
I heard that this officiating crew is from the Houston area, which is understandable. You're playing Mexia versus Lavega in La Arena. You really didn't want a Waco chapter calling the game with the proximity of the schools and the gym that we're playing in. I'm not sure if that's accurate or not, but I'm pretty sure this crew is not from this area. And
the young guy looks familiar, but other 2 don't look familiar at all this year.
What you get, though, is that, the style of play is different from the different areas you're in. And so they call it, according to what they're used to. And
that one looks like Apollo Creed.
And the one thing you got to know is that you have, as a player, you have to adjust to the way they're officiating.
Yes.
The officials don't adjust to the players.
They don't adjust to the teams. The teams have to adjust to them. And that's in any level. That's for anywhere from college up to the NBA.
Right. And it looked like Mexia started doing that there towards the end of the second quarter. Instead of barreling in for those layups, they were pulling up short of the defender and trying to put little floaters and jumpers in. And that's what you're going to have to do if they're going to keep looking for that offensive foul when you take flight and then the defender gets under you and falls backwards. So the Black Cats are coming out to take the court.
And we'll be right back with some Black Cat playoff basketball from Lorena Leopard Gym.
Listening to Mexia Sports Network. Tonight's game is brought to you by Greer Time Media, Posey Napa Auto Part, Greer and Greer Mobile Detail, Mookie's Mesquite Patch Barbecue, Woodman Life Insurance, and Joe Fridays.
We're back at Lorena Leopard Gym. Mexia has the ball to start out the second half, down by 9. Proctor has it over to JB. JB has it at the top of the key. Mejia's got a little motion going.
Prince puts up a 3, and it's
and
good.
It's in, and that's what Mexia needed to start with. So Mejia's pressing here, back to their full court press that I really like them running.
Swung over, and Lavega attempts a 3, and that's a miss, and it's over the backboard, so Mexia will get it on the out of bounds.
So Lavega's back full court too.
And now I do see Mejia's made an adjustment. They're putting a man in the middle of the press, starting there now, which is where you really want to look to get it to break those presses. Now over to Proctor in the middle.
As Mexia looks to have a lot more energy right here, moving on offense.
Up to Banks. He pulls up for the jumper. Oh, it's short. Lavega rebounds.
They're running back down to the other end.
And now Mejia's in their defense. It's going to be a high floater off the glass by Lavega that drops for 2. And Busby pushes it up the court. He's in the middle of the defense, puts it up
There's
for 2.
There's the energy that we have been missing tonight.
Now Mexia stays up in it, and they got a backside pass. Oh, and that's an offensive
foul.
foul.
And Mejia's making a charge back here in the second half.
Mejia's cut the lead to 6 here. They're going to have the ball with a chance to cut it to 4 or even 3. As we had some more confusion on who the foul call was on. Officials get it straight. Now Mexia inbounds. It's going to be swung back and forth. And now Lavega looks like they're more in a man defense, so Mexia pushes it back. Proctor brings it up. Ball's over to Busby. He puts up the 3, and that's good.
And that's a nothing but net. Here goes Mexia down by 3, making a charge here in the early
second half. We're going to get a timeout
and that's
by
going to be a
Lavega.
timeout by Lavega. We're going to be back with Black Cat basketball from Lorena Gym in just a moment. As we're back at Leopard Gym, Mejia's just cut the lead from 15 minutes. It was 15 with about a minute and a half left in the third quarter. Now it's down to 3 with a minute and 37 seconds left moved into the third quarter. So Mejia's come to life here in Lorena. And
it's going to be a kick
ball on Mexia. It looked like they were stealing going back the other way, but
so Lavega will take it out underneath their basket.
So Mejia's taking Lavega's best shot, and I see if Lavega can take Mejia's best shot. You know, and when you got 2 good teams playing, it's all about a game of runs.
Oh, and he was not in bounds when that ball rolled back to him. But Lavega is able to get it in. Mexia drops into their man defense.
So Lavega has the ball out front.
Good block by Proctor.
And it's out on Lavega. Back to Mexia. Chance to tie the game or get within 1 here.
Oh, Oh, and nearly a mistake by the BlackCats as Proctor wasn't paying attention.
You got.
And that's going to be a jump shot. Oh, he's going to get hit on the arm as Lamarion Miller was putting the jump shot up. It doesn't go, but he'll go to the line to shoot 2 free throws.
Jaden was looking over to see the play, but
right.
JB's like running. Look,
yeah.
We're running. Let's run. Let's go.
Right, and you got to know this, and you're feeling that momentum. It's less of a time to start calling plays and a time to get it and go and make something happen. Because you have Lavega back on their heels right now.
And he makes his first one.
Puts it in and cuts the lead to 2 here, or the deficit to 2 for the BlackCats.
This is the closest Mejia's been since it was 4-2 early in the first quarter.
And he puts the second in.
One.
And Mejia's up in their pressure defense. They swing it over, back over, and you see the Cats look like they're ready to pounce. Holman goes over and checks the ball.
The crowd is energized. The team's energized.
Right. The energy in the gym is completely switched and gone over. The pass back. Oh, and it's knocked away. And it's over to Banks.
And you know he's going in for 2.
Oh, and there's a foul. Oh, and
we got a foul.
Yeah, we got the foul call on the other side.
I don't know why the guy underneath the goal.
I don't either, because that was a foul you could see from anywhere on the floor. Prince went in for a left-handed layup, and the defender just grabbed his arms and pulled him out the air.
We'll see if Prince can get 2 more here.
He'll get 2 free throws. And the first, it rolls in.
That's what you call a shooter's roll.
Yeah, that ball hung on that rim a long time before it dropped.
And we're back to a 29-29 tie ball game. See if Prince can't take the lead here.
And that one rims out. So it'll be a tie ball game as Lavega brings it up the court. They swing it over. Mejia's in their defense as they're flanking the ball. And it's going to be a floater attempt. Oh, and it's knocked away. J.B. Busby has it. He's pushing it down the court. Banks out in front. Busby swings it over to Banks for the 3. Oh, it rims out. Busby gets the rebound. They get it back up top to Proctor to set up the offense. Over to Miller. As there's some action, movement. Banks for 3.
That's a foul.
He slapped him clear. You could hear it all the way across the gym. Busby gets the rebound.
Has all the energy right now.
Yeah, Lavega's on their heels, and they look gassed. And the floater by Busby, he's going to get fouled. So he'll go to the line for 2.
And that's 5. That should be 5 fouls on Lavega here. Less than 4 minutes into it. So 2 more fouls, and Mejia will be in the bonus.
It'll be 4 team fouls because that offensive foul isn't a team foul. It'll be player control. But they're racking up the fouls, and Mejia's just more aggressive right now. And it falls. That ball looked like it was going to hit hard and bounce off, and it caught the front of the rim and just
I think the air conditioner came on during the middle of that shot. As Mejia's got their first lead since they were up 2-0.
Right. And they've battled back and fought as Mejia makes a substitution and Jabron Busby comes in. And JB drops the second. As Trey Jones is going to come in here for Prince. Jabron came in for Trey to get to those guys a quick breather. As when you're up tempo and you're pressing like this, you're rotating guys because they get winded.
So Mejia up by 2 here.
And they get it in bounds. Lavega gets it in, and Mejia drops back into their defense. Ball over to the corner. Back up top. Oh, a backdoor. Oh, nice hands by Jabron as he tips it away. And JB's pushing it up the court. He pulls up for 2. Oh, he's off the mark. Oh, and he had a man on the opposite side. If he could have just dumped it down, it would have been a layup for Trey. And now Mejia's defense is in line. And they're going to get JB for a reaching call there.
If he had just held up on that, Jaden had the charge.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, that's clearly on the floor. He was nowhere near shooting the ball. He was nowhere near shooting the ball. He called it on the reach, and he took a whole nother dribble and 2 steps after he called the foul. They're going to give him 2 shots here. And the ball rims out. You know the old saying goes, ball don't lie. And that ball rolled out there.
Man, I just don't. You go on a run. You got a group of 5 out there playing well together. And as soon as you get the lead, you start.
Yeah, you start subbing.
And you mess up your momentum going.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I think I leave that group and let them keep rolling until one of them looks at me and tells me they need a sub, or it becomes obvious that they can't keep running the way they were. But we do. Ball over in the corner to Miller. He pulls up, shoots the jumper, and that's good.
Lavega has a little confusion here throwing it in. Mejia's got a 3-point lead.
They're in their man defense. Oh, and it's a mislay. Oh.
Good play.
And he gets his own rebound and puts it in. And right there, Mejia's got to crash those boards. Oh, and that's a foul. Miller has it. Oh, no.
No way! There's no way! No way! That's a charge.
That is a terrible call.
No way!
Miller stepped around the defender and he just flopped back. And he called an offensive foul.
He didn't even ready. He flopped.
Yeah, that was not a good call. And that's going to be 3 against Miller, so it'll pull him out of the game.
He didn't hit him. He flopped. That's terrible.
And here we go, Lavega inbounds as they'll get it after the offensive foul call. They push it down, Holman flanking the ball. Now up top, Proctor will be guarding the ball. And Mejia's drop back in their half-court defense. Swung over. Oh, a little goal. He traveled, and that ball's missed. Jabrian gets the rebound, and they're grabbing and reaching, and there's fouls all over the place under there. Lavega gets it and puts it in for 2.
That's all. Mejia's trying to get it in.
Yeah, and Prince just hits a spot and trips and slips and steps out of bounds there.
As Mejia's down by 1 here. It's been an exciting game pretty much all night here, as we knew this
Holman
one would be a
the
barn
ball.
burner.
Swung up top for a 3, and they're going to get JB. As number 4 flopped again on the shot, and they're going to call a foul on JB on a 3-point attempt. So 4 will go to the line for 3.
And that's going to be 3
3
on
shots.
JB.
And that's JB's 3rd. So now Mejia's looking at some foul trouble here in the 3rd quarter with Miller and Busby with 3 fouls apiece. Lavega's able to get that free throw to go. And I'm not sure.
Not understanding this.
I'm not sure why you're taking Jabrian out right here in this.
You know, sometimes you overthink in games like this.
Yeah. As he makes the 2nd of the 3, and he'll line up for 1 more.
Mejia fought all the way back, and we started subbing, and we got down again.
Yeah. And he converts on all 3, and now Mejia's down 4 with a 33-37 deficit here. 2:35 left in the 3rd quarter. Ball gets across half court, swung over to Jones. Inside to Banks. He makes a spin move. He puts it up. Oh, and it's off the rim. Rebound by Jones. He kicks it out to Holman.
Holman's going to reset it. And he gets it stolen.
It's a stolen. Oh, and now it's stolen back by the BlackCats.
Actually, that should have been a kickball.
Nice spin move by Jones, up and in, and one.
And Lavega's hollering it should have been a kickball, and they're 100% right. That went off of
it wasn't a kickball against anybody. He dribbled it off the referee's foot.
No, he dribbled that off Holman's foot right here. I was watching it.
But if the offensive player dribbles it off the defender's foot, it's not a kickball. It has to be a deliberate motion to kick the ball.
Come on, guys.
And we missed the free throw. Lavega gets the rebound, so it's a 37-35 game here with 2 minutes left. Lavega on top. Lavega will bring it down. They set up top. Holman on the ball handler up top. He swings it over to his left. He's cut off there at the basket. He swings it back up with Busby on him. Now he's switched over to Prince Banks. Harrison on him. And they're going to get a foul call there against Harrison as he swiped at the ball. And that's the thing you do. When he comes in, they're playing the mismatch now.
You just got to hold your hands straight up on that one, as tall as he is.
And you got to know it with Evan being in there, if his foot speed isn't as quick as those other ones or those guards for Lavega, just drop back a step or two, move your feet, stay in front of them, make them shoot jump shots. And if they hit those, you clap your hands and you run down to the other end of the court. And we're going to get Proctor and Harrison Proctor and Miller coming back in, Harrison and Holman coming out. You know, we've had a lot of substitutions here in this third quarter, and all you can think is that they're going to be running and gunning this fourth quarter, and he's trying to get them some rest right here as Lavega converts on the free throw and opens their lead back up to 4. And now Mexia has to hurry and get it across half court. And they're going to get a foul call that time against number 3. Proctor is handling the ball, and again, that's one of the good things with Mexia is when you do have most of these groups in, you have 5 ball handlers on the court, and they're confident and comfortable with the ball in their hands. As Proctor brings it up here, swings it over to Miller. You see some little motion action. Banks has it. He spins and goes to the goal.
How is that not a foul?
He's grabbed and held all the way there, and he's still able to put it in off the window for 2.
I'm not understanding.
Now, that's a great move by Prince, even though there wasn't a call made. And now Mexia drops into looks like a 2-3 zone.
Down by 2 with a minute left here in the third quarter.
They're going to extend out. I think this might just be to see what Lavega's going to do in this instance. Oh, and Jones gets a steal. Oh, and then he loses it. He tries to make a move, and he loses it and gives it right back to Lavega. On that, you didn't have numbers. Just pull it out and let your offense get down and set up. So now Mexia will go back on defense with Jones flanking the ball handler.
As both teams, the crowd's loud.
Oh, and they're going to get Proctor that time on a foul as he tried to run through and get the steal.
And that'll be an inbounds on the side. Unless he was shooting. Was he shooting there?
If they give him that when there's a shooting foul, I'm not sure what they're looking at. But he did put it up after the whistle blew, so you never know. They're going to inbound here in number 2 as Lavega has it up. They swing it to the right side of the court. There's a little confusion on the BlackCat defense, and now they get it straightened out.
With 10 seconds left here.
Banks is up. Now they try to go right at Miller, who cuts it off nicely. And then they get it in the 4, who puts it in.
As you know, the thing is we're going to the fourth quarter with Lavega up by 4, but Mexia won that quarter being down by 9.
Right.
So we're going to go to a timeout. We'll be back with BlackCat playoff basketball in just a moment.
Yeah.
All right,
and we're back because there was actually a foul call there when Mexia inbounded the ball. As the Lavega defender tried to go for the steal, he ran into, I believe it was J.B. Busby, and that left 0.3 of a second on the clock. So Mexia will shoot 1-and-1 here at the end of the third with a chance to knock down 2 free throws and cut it to a 2-point lead.
Well, I'm glad Lorena waited one more year for replay. We can't go look at the monitor right here. So Mexia's going to get a chance here to cut the lead with a 1-and-1.
And he knocks down the first. So he'll get a second attempt, and there is 0.3 of a second on the clock. And the second one rolls out.
Mexia won that quarter by 6.
Yeah, they'll go into the end of the third quarter, start the fourth quarter down 3. We'll take a quick break this time. And we'll
We
be
offer
back with
an
fourth
array
quarter
of
action
video
from
production
Leopard Gym.
services for
Mexia
corporate,
BlackCats
commercial,
versus
and entertainment clients within the Tri-County area. We nurture our client's initial idea through all the stages of development and production to final delivery. Greer Time Media Management Team has a world class of experts in the videography industry. This enables us to provide a number of premium production services, including sport highlights, Sweet 15s and 16s, weddings, live event coverage, community news, exhibitions, and any other special event that wants to be captured. If you've got a product to launch, an image to build, a vision to share, or a story to tell, give us a call or visit our website today.
All right, and we're back here at Leopard Gym. BlackCats versus the Lavega Pirates. It's a 41-38 game with Lavega on top at the beginning of the fourth quarter. Lavega inbounds. They go into their offensive set. Mejia stays here on defense.
As we got man-to-man.
It's going to be swung over to the corner. Prince Banks checking the ball. Dribbled back out up top. A lot of screen action going here. Prince stays on the ball. Oh, and Mejia drops off of the ball handler that time. Oh, and it's going to be a rebound that time. Oh, he misses the layup, and Banks flies in and grabs it. And they were going to get a foul that time against number 14. So Mejia will walk the court and shoot as they're in the penalty now.
We were talking earlier, Wallace, I was watching, and I've been counting, and those charges earlier, they counted them as team fouls.
They shouldn't have. Player control fouls are not team fouls.
They counted them. I was sitting here after we talked about that. I've been counting them, and
yeah, because you don't get to shoot free throws on charges on player control calls.
But it doesn't count until you lead up.
Right? No.
I know you don't get to shoot on them.
Yeah, no.
Prince has been 5 for 6 tonight.
Oh.
Misses the first one of that one.
You know what? I apologize. They are team fouls. You just don't shoot the ball on them. And here we go with Holman checking the ball. It'll be Miller. Oh, and it's knocked away by Holman that time out of bounds. So Lavega will inbound under their goal. We weren't able to convert on the 1-and-1 attempts that time. So it stays a 3-point lead for Lavega as they look to inbound here underneath their own basket. Inbound here. Holman, 3-point attempt by Lavega, and it's good. Swung up top. Kick back to Busby. Over to Proctor. And now Mejia has it across the timeline. Pull up by Proctor, and it's good for 2. And he pulls it back into a 4-point deficit. Oh, good block by Proctor.
What was that?
Oh, my goodness. There's an official under the goal that doesn't call it, and you get an official trailing the play from half court that calls a foul after the fact. And, that was a great block by Proctor. I'm not sure where the foul came from, but I think they called it against Prince Banks there, and that'll be his third. So he misses the first free throw. He'll get a second here. And he puts the second in, extends the lead to 5. And Mejia works it down the court over to Banks. Skips it over to Proctor. Skips it up to Banks. Banks has it now, and he attacks. Drives.
How is that not a foul?
Up to Busby. He puts up the 3. It's off the rim.
There's a travel.
Yeah. Oh, that's a missed layup there. Proctor has it, and he's pushing the pace as Mejia's down the court running. And there's going to be blocked out of bounds, and it'll be Mejia's ball underneath the goal. Pass in to Busby. Oh, and he
caught himself underneath.
Yeah, he got caught up, and he threw it away. So Lavega has it. And now Mejia's going to have to take care of the ball. Oh, and that ball stolen away by Miller. Passed out to Proctor. He attacks the goal. He puts it up and in for 2.
How is that not a foul?
And that official has not blown his whistle on this end all night.
I'm not
And it's right in front of him. I'm not sure what the deal is. Proctor put that ball up and got grabbed and knocked to the floor. He gets the 2 points. Prince Banks checks the ball up top. And now he's going to call a bump foul out top against Banks.
I'm not really understanding what's going on here. Because Jaden gets knocked down here.
Jaden gets knocked down on his shot that time. Prince moving his feet, staying in front of the defender. And he gets a foul called out up top.
And that's 4 on Prince.
And now he's telling the coach to move back, but he's in the same exact spot as the opposite team's coach. He drops a second.
That's one thing that's been different tonight is Mejia's missed some free throws and Lavega's made theirs. We're going to take a timeout with 5 minutes, 21 seconds left. Lavega up by 5. We'll be back in a minute from Lorena, Texas.
We are
Gym,
Greer Time
Black Cat
Media.
Basketball.
We offer an array of video production services for corporate, commercial, and entertainment clients within the Tri-County area. We nurture our clients' initial idea through all the stages of development and production to final delivery. Greer Time Media Management Team has a world class of experts in the videography industry. This enables us to provide a number of premium production services, including sport highlights, Sweet 15s and 16s, weddings, live event coverage, community news, exhibitions, and any other special event that wants to be captured. If you've got a product to launch, an image to build, a vision to share, or a story to tell, give us a call or visit our website today.
All right, and we're back at Leopard Gym. Mejia will be inbounding the ball. Lavega will stay up in their full court pressure defense. Mejia looks to get it across. J.B. Busby, he gets it up the court to Miller. Miller has it, and he goes to attack the court. Ball gets it out top to Proctor. Proctor makes a move. Back out to Miller. He drives in, puts it up for 2, and it's good. And now Lavega.
It looked like Jalen had the steal there.
Lavega gets it in. Mejia stays up. Oh, he goes for the steal and misses. Mejia recovers. Lavega thinks about a 3 that time, but doesn't take it. And that time it's going to be a layup. Oh, and then it's thrown away there. And he throws it off of a Black Cat and out of bounds.
We got 4 minutes and 30 seconds left here. Lavega inbound the ball underneath their basket.
Up 5. Black Cats need to stop. It's going to be a layup there as number 4 is able to get down the baseline and in for 2. A jump shot by Proctor, and it's good. Oh, yeah, and he does. He handed the ball to his teammate, and he was out of bounds instead of passing it. So that's an out of bounds penalty. So the BlackCats will take over underneath their goal. With the lead, there's just it should be a 5-point lead. It should be a 5-point lead as the layup by number 4 made it a 7-point game, and then Miller came down and made a jump shot. Proctor made a jump shot that cut it back to 5.
They're asking, what they're doing is they're asking to see if Jaden's shot was a 3 or not. They're wanting to know if it's a 2 or a 3, but it was clearly a 2.
Right. So now they're trying to get that straightened out. It will still be Mejia's. They're going to count it as 2. They got the score right now. Mejia will have the ball underneath their basket, inbounding. Passed over to Busby. He puts up the 3. That's off the mark.
Man, Busby's been off tonight.
Yeah, he hasn't been on tonight. You know, we're used to seeing him drop those shots. He just can't find it right here. So Mejia's going to look to get another stop.
That's a moving screen.
Oh, and it's a missed layup. Travel. It's not called there. Now we get a late whistle and an offensive call, foul call as Prince Banks takes the charge. But that man rebounded the ball and then took about 4 steps across the lane. And
it's not as bad as last week's, but it's just like they only want to blow the whistle when they want to. Last week was a lot of blowing the whistle, and it got out of control. This one is.
Mejia inbounds, and Proctor brings it down the court. He drives. He's got a man. That's a foul. And then we get the whistle. So Proctor will go to the line to shoot 2 now.
That should go to a double bonus for Mejia now.
Right. With that being the 10th team foul against Lavega, Proctor will get 2 shots. And this is the best time you want to put these shots in and get those points on the board with no time coming off the clock. He has a chance to cut it to a 3-point lead or a 3-point lead here with 2 free throws. He lines up the first. Oh, and it rims out.
As we got Jaden going back for his second one here.
He lines it up, mends it, ball's up, and it's in and good. So he cuts it to 4. Mejia will stay up and they'll pressure the ball. Now they drop back.
We got a 4-point guy.
I don't know why you have Prince on the ball handler.
Yeah, with 4 fouls.
Oh, and it's
that's a double dribble.
It's knocked away by Proctor there. And again, 22 sticks his leg out and trips Proctor up top. It's going to be a 3-point attempt. It's going to be short, rebounded by Miller, and he pushes the ball down the court. And he drives, and that's going to be a foul against 22 as Miller just went and put his shoulder into him and went up for his shot.
Hey, look, Lavega looks a little tired here.
Right, and now you want to push and you want to run the court. Miller will have a chance here with 2 free throws. If he can put these in and cut into this Lavega lead here.
These are 2 important shots right here with 2 minutes and 52 seconds left.
He gets the ball from the official. He'll line it up, puts it up. Oh, and that one's just off the rim. So he'll get a second free throw attempt here as Holman checks in now. And he'll come in for Jabron Busby.
As our starting 5 are back on the court.
Right, it'll be the original starters. Miller will line it up for his second attempt here. He puts it up, and that one's nothing but net. And now Mejia will stay in their defense. Proctor is checking the ball on the sideline. Oh, and it's knocked away by Holman. Pass down the court to JB. He pulls it out on the long pass over to Miller. Miller with the shot fake. He takes it in. Up. Oh, he misses the layup. Now it's back to Lavega. as Mejia's trying to speed the game up, and Lavega's going to call a timeout.
And we're going to go to the timeout with Lavega with a 3-point lead here at Lorena Leopard Gym. We'll be back with Mexia BlackCat playoff basketball in moments.
Mexia Sports Network. Tonight's game is brought to you by Greer Time Media, Posey Napa Auto Part, Greer and Greer Mobile Detail, Mookie's Mesquite Patch
Today's
Barbecue.
game brought to you by Eagle Auto Parts, located on Main Street. For more information, visit eagleauto.com.
As we come back here to Leopard Gym, both teams are taking the court after the timeout. It'll be Lavega's ball as they look to inbound from midcourt. They'll get it in. Trey Jones in now, checking the ball. Oh, and it's stolen away by Proctor, and that's a foul as Lavega. Then they're going to call it out of bounds on Lavega, but the Lavega defender just laid on the back of Proctor and basically fell on top of him to knock the ball out.
And we're not calling fouls on that end.
So we're going to get offensive, defensive substitutions here with the foul trouble as Lamarian comes back in for Trey Jones. Mexia looks to push it down the court. Proctor brings it across midcourt, and he looks, and he drives, he kicks over to Holman. Back up to Busby, over to Proctor. He surveys the court as Mexia goes into their offensive set. Up top to Busby. He gets it down to Miller. Oh, and now Miller drives, kicks it back out to Busby. Who? Now if the ball's on the ground, how do you not call a jump ball on that? And then you give Lavega a timeout. Why? This officiating is very suspect. If the man ties the ball up, you don't call jump ball. They go down to the ground tied up with the ball, and then you give the defensive team a timeout call.
So, okay, on that with the tie ball, you call timeout. Are they saying that Lavega gets the ball now?
Yeah, they said that Lavega had possession and called a timeout. Lavega gets the ball. There's going to be a deep pass here. And then the layup by Lavega as Mexia got beat deep that time. Holman was guard number one. And he just ran down the court on him. And now Mexia looks to get it across half court. Busby pushes it up over to Holman, back to Busby. He lines up the three-pointer. Oh, and it rolls. It goes in, out, rolls around, and then falls out of the basket. And so there's going to be a foul there by Holman.
Man, that's been like that all night long for Mexia.
I'm not really sure why we decided to foul now, down 5. I think
they called that
on? Probably on Holman. You could have played another possession and tried to get a stop.
Well, you're still in 1-1, so if he misses it here, you're able to get the rebound.
Right. And it is a miss. Oh, and Lavega gets the rebound. And he throws it off of Banks, and it's going to be Lavega's ball underneath their goal. And that was just a hard rebound as that ball hit and shot straight off the side of the goal and over the top of the Mexia players. Oh, and it's stolen by Proctor. And he lays it up. Oh, and it falls off. Miller gets it, puts it in. Now Banks with the putback. going to be a foul again on Holman. Mahea's looking to extend the game by sending them to the free throw line here while they're still in the 1-and-1. And 2 missed a free throw again just a second ago. You look to get him to miss again on this possession, and you can get a rebound and try to go down and convert and cut into the lead even closer here. And he does miss the front end. There's going to be a rebound by Mexia and a quick timeout call by the sideline.
And what is that on Mejia's timeout?
Yeah, so Mexia will have the ball underneath the Lavega goal when we come back from timeout. I think it'll just be a 30-second timeout, so we'll stay here with you. You know, and right here, you're down 3. You don't have to have a three-pointer. You still have 50-something seconds left. What you want is a good offensive set. You want to get something into the goal and get points here. So that way, if you are going to use the foul technique to keep going, you draw within 1. So if you foul and they're shooting 2 free throws, the worst you can be is down 3.
You're right, and you know, Lavega's had one guy pretty much here in the fourth quarter that killed you, and that's number 4. He's hit a couple of threes. He's hit a couple of layups. So you want to keep the ball away from him, but you want to make sure that you're getting good quality shots down here on the offensive end with 54 seconds left. Even though you're down by 3 and one shot can tie it, you want a good quality shot here.
You have to know, that they're going to come out and they're going to try to trap here in the backcourt. Try to force a turnover. Get up the court. There you go. And now Mexia. Oh! You don't have to have a 3. Just go take the layup. As JB had a wide open lane to the goal, Miller puts up the 3, and it's good.
It should have been a foul. How is that not a foul?
And it's a tie ball game, 53-all with 30 seconds left. Lavega dribbling down the court.
This crowd is going wild as the game was just tied up by Lamar and Miller with about a
Holman's checking the ball.
34-foot three-pointer is Lavega.
The screen, and he's able to get under it and gets it back over. And he's still. What are we stopping the court game for? The crowd had nothing to do with the game. The official stops the game while we have good defense on the ball to try to say that those fans need to sit down. And the fans were on the complete opposite side of the gym, not affecting any parts of the game. And again, it's the same official who's been making the calls all night. As we get Mexia check. And it's a missed shot, rebound by Miller. And they're going to get a foul.
No, it's a timeout.
It's going to be a timeout. Okay, timeout Mexia. So with 2.3 seconds left, Mexia will have the ball with a chance to go down and win it.
As you can hear it, the crowd is going crazy here in Waco, Texas, in Lorena, as Mejia's been down most of the night and has fought their way back a couple of times. Lamarian Miller hit about a 34-foot 3 and got knocked down. I don't know why we didn't get an and one with the officials sitting right there.
Yeah, there hasn't been many whistles blown in the BlackCats' favor all night. And that was, when you have the biggest kid on the court try to close out on a three-pointer and run through your shooter, and you don't blow the whistle, that's not a good look.
Well, we got 25 seconds left in this timeout. Mejia's got about 3 seconds left here. Plenty of time to get it in and get down and get a decent shot. If not, we're going to have some overtime playoff basketball for y'all out there tonight.
Right here, you might want to take a page out of the football book, and you have Miller, who's faster and can out-jump the big man guarding him from Lavega. I'd run him up and then send him back and then just throw it long and try to let him go up over the Lavega player. And they inbound it to Holman.
Shoot!
Who gets it off.
Oh! We got playoff basketball going to overtime.
And that was a great look by Holman as he put it up, and that ball just rolled off the rim and barely missed going in. So we'll take a quick break, and we'll be back with overtime basketball from Lorena Leopard Gym here in Lorena, Texas. Mexia BlackCats versus the Lavega Pirates.
Listening to Mexia Sports Network. Tonight's game is brought to you by Greer Time Media, Posey Napa Auto Part, Greer & Greer Mobile Detail, Mookie's Mesquite Patch Barbecue, Woodman Life Insurance, and Joe Fridays.
All right, and we're back in Lorena Leopard Gym with some overtime basketball. You know, you get a little bit of extra basketball for your money tonight, Jeremy.
I'm glad I have to pay.
I know, right? We set the jump. Miller controls the tip once again. Proctor will have it. And
we play 4 minutes here to see who's going to go to the next round.
Proctor surveys. He circles the court, swings it out to Banks, who dives in, kicks it out to Miller. He gets it up top to Busby, who pulls the three. It's short. Holman gets the rebound, and he puts it up, and he's going to be fouled. So he'll shoot two.
That's something that Holman's been doing. That Holman's been doing all year long, is getting those tough rebounds. And that's
that'll be 5 fouls against 22. And that's their big man presence. They'll bring in 23, but he hasn't played as well as 22 tonight. He has 5, and so 23 will come in.
Trey's got 2 shots here.
He's good on the first.
Smooth as and cold as the other side of the pillow right there, Bubba.
And right here, Mahes is coming out, forcing the issue, being aggressive. We'll see what they do after this free throw. Oh, and that one rims out as they stay in the full court defense.
He carried
that ball. And then we swung over to 2 back up top. Holman's squared up with the ball handler on defense. He cuts him off. Again. They get the ball to number 4. He puts up a 3. It's off the rim. Proctor rebounds. And now he's pushing it up the court. And Proctor gets it. Oh, he dribbles it out. It's going to be a jump ball call there. And
that was a timeout for the BlackCats.
Proctor couldn't get his feet under him. They were just riding his hip, and he couldn't get balance back under him.
Yeah, he got over the top of his feet.
That's going to be a missed layup. Yeah, it's out of bounds off Lavega to Mexia.
We got 2 minutes and 45 seconds left. 1 point's been scored. Mejia's up 54-53, inbounding the ball here.
Proctor will have it. He moves it over to Busby, and that'll be JB Busby. Swings it up to Banks. And Prince dribbles it out of bounds. So they'll give it back over to Lavega here, up 1, 2:35 left. Lavega will look to inbound. They get it in. Mexia goes over into their defense, and they're just checking full court man.
Mexia needs one more stop here. As the free throw's the only difference by Holman so far in the overtime.
It's gonna be, looks like a screen out top. Mexia stays there. Kicked out top, over to number 2. He throws up a floater, and the entire Mexia defense ran out at the shot. And there was nobody under there to rebound with Banks, and so he was trying to fight over 3 Lavega players. The ball's over to Miller, and then it's going to be a foul there as he goes up for the layup. Miller will go to the line to shoot 2.
I'm not really understanding why they're letting them get away with all the
Right,
the
exactly. The extra after the play should have been a technical, and that's going to be the 5th foul on number 14 as well. As he'll make his way over to the bench. And Lavega will take their 30 seconds to make a substitution here.
We need Lamarian to drop both of these.
And Lavega will bring in number 15 here on the substitution. Lamarian will be set to shoot 2 free throws.
Has he played yet tonight? I don't.
Yeah, he was in the first half. Oh, and he misses the first. And he'll get a second. And the officials talking to the Lavega cheerleaders now as they were stomping and clapping on the free throw. And they're right behind the goal. Oh, and Lamarian puts the second in to tie the ball game back. Here a look, and Holman's all over the.
We got a minute 50 left here with a tie ball game.
And they look to get it up the court. Holman's back in front. And there's going to be an offensive foul as Lamarian Miller just stayed in there. And even after the pass, the guard ran.
4 on number 1.
The guard ran straight through Lamarian's chest.
Is that 4 on number 1?
We'll see. They should put
That's
it up.
4
Yeah,
on
that's
number
4 on
1.
number 1. And he's one of their primary ball handlers.
So here's my thought here. You got JB with the ball. You go at him.
Right.
You want that guy off the court.
They've moved him away from JB now.
Go to Jaden.
And now
Jaden,
they get it to Jaden.
You take him here, Jaden, one-on-one.
Oh, thank you. Oh, and they got him as he grabbed.
Oh, that's going to be number 5
and as he grabbed Jaden's arm on the drive and to keep him from going by him. And he just picked, and it looks like number 1 has just picked up his 5th foul.
That's 5.
And now Lavega will have to make another substitution as they signal the 5th foul on number 1. Number 12 will come in for him.
I don't remember seeing him.
No, I don't think we've seen 12 tonight yet. You know, and this is the position you get in as you start getting all those fouls in the overtime game and you start losing key players, and you got to have those bench players be able to come in and play.
As we need Jaden right here to drop 2.
He'll line up the first. And it's nothing but net.
Ice running through his veins right there. Is that what they call that, Wallace?
Oh, yeah. You
Ice
get cool, calm, and collective at the line in a pressure situation. He'll get a second attempt right here as he gets the ball and he gets ready to shoot.
So now, if you're on defense for Mexia, you got to.
He puts it up, and that's nothing but net as well.
You got to keep number 4 away from it.
The ball's inbounded, and right here you got to be smart because you got Prince with 4 and Lamarian with 4. You don't want to put them to pick up a 5th.
You got
as they're able to get back on D. Jaden's under the screen. He goes under again. Oh, and Lamarian, he swiped at the ball, and that'll be his 5th.
That's going to be his 4th.
And that'll be his 4th. Okay, so we're good. So Lamarian will have 4 now, so he's still in the game.
Lamarian has 4. Prince has 4. JB has 3.
So here Lavega will shoot 2 as he didn't make the layup. He drops the first, cuts it to a 1-point game. So with 1:07 left, it's a 56-57 game. Mexia on top. And number 2 will line up his second attempt. He puts it up, and it's in and good. So the game is tied once again. Mexia inbounds to Proctor, swung over to Miller. Miller gets it to Busby. Busby dribbles off the sideline, back up the court, and crosses half court. Now he attacks the goal, pulls up for the jumper. It's off the rim. Holman gets the rebound. He goes up for 2 and misses. Lavega gets the rebound now as they push it down the court. Mexia drops back in defense. They're going to get a screen up top. Number 2. And he looked like he carried that ball, but he misses the layup. Banks gets it, and Banks is pushing it down the court, and he's being harassed, and he misses the layup. And Lavega's going to call a timeout with 26.3 seconds left Tie ball game, 57-57.
And that's something you don't see very often. We've seen tonight as Mejia's
Right.
missing free throws and Prince missing a layup right there, but he had lots of contact.
Yeah, that time he was driving down the court, and the whole way 23 had his hand in Prince's hip, pushing him to keep him from being able to separate. And when Prince went to go up for his shot, he got a last push, and it didn't let him elevate the way he's used to, and so that ball got stuck right in the rim, and so he didn't get it up.
If you go into another overtime, the thing for Mejia is you've already fouled out 3 of their players.
Right.
So you have the advantage. You want to win it in this overtime. However, if you're able to make it to another overtime, the BlackCats have a huge advantage right now.
Right, and you have to come out of this timeout with the mindset that we have to get a stop. We don't want to give up any points right here to Lavega. We want to get a stop and put the ball in our hands and give us the opportunity to go down and get the last shot to win the game.
As both teams come back on the court, we got 26.3 seconds left. Lavega will be inbounding the ball on the sideline in front of the Mejia bench.
Mejia will extend up into full court pressure. Proctor up on the ball. He'll be swung over to number 2. He looks to get it up, and now you got Holman and Proctor hounding him. They get it across the line to 12. Back up to 2 and looks. Oh, and you get a lot of pressure here on the ball. And he makes it. Lavega with the 2-point lead. It's a 3-point attempt by Miller. Oh, and it rims out.
And Lavega's going to win.
And Lavega's going to win by 2 points there. This is a hard-fought game and a heartbreaker for the BlackCats. Lavega was able to dribble down the court and get a layup with 7 seconds on the clock. And Mejia wasn't able to come and score. Right there, I'm not sure if we were out of timeouts in that situation or not, but we didn't choose to call one.
We didn't have any timeouts.
We didn't have any left. And JB was able to get it down the court, and Lamarrian got a decent look, and that ball hit the rim and just rolled the opposite way and didn't fall for the BlackCats.
Well, guys, that's going to be the end of the BlackCat season. Another good one. We're going to head to baseball from here on out. We're going to call it a night here at Leopard Gym. BlackCats come up 2 points short. Thank y'all for listening, and we'll be back next week with some baseball from Mejia Baseball BlackCat Field.
CS Sports Network. Tonight's game is brought to you by Greer Time Media, Posey Napa Auto Part, Greer & Greer Mobile Detail,